Watch this video until the end so that you can hear about some of the other great products that will be on sale during OLIGHT's Black Friday sales event, along with some other sweet new exclusive freebies. This is the OCLIP Pro from OLIGHT, and I'm going to tell you all about it right now. Upon unboxing, you'll find the OCLIP Pro itself, a C-type charging cable, and of course, the manual. The OCLIP Pro is made of aluminum alloy and is powered by a built-in 3.7 volt 580 mAh rechargeable lithium-ion battery. It's also IPX6 water resistant and has an impact rating of 1.5 meters and weighs just over 50 grams or just under 2 ounces. I'll leave the tech specs from the manual on the screen now just in case I leave out any details, so pause the video here to see those details. During my runtime test in the 40 lumen red mode, the Pro reached a max thermal output of 82 degrees Fahrenheit or 27 degrees Celsius after about 18 minutes of use. The total runtime was 4 hours and 40 minutes until the battery became completely depleted. During my secondary runtime test in the 380 lumen spot mode, the Pro reached a max thermal output of 101 degrees Fahrenheit or 38 degrees Celsius after about 40 minutes of use, and the total runtime was 2 hours and 26 minutes until the battery became completely depleted. And during my third runtime test in the 500 lumen flood mode, the Pro reached a max thermal output of 97 degrees Fahrenheit or 36 degrees Celsius after about 44 minutes of use, and the total runtime was 2 hours and 28 minutes until the battery became completely depleted. Moving along to my recharge time test, the OCLIP Pro took just 1 hour and 24 minutes to fully recharge from completely depleted. Now let's take a brief tour of the modes and general operations of the OLIGHT OCLIP Pro.
So this one is the former OCLIP original, and that's what it looks like. Now this one is the OCLIP Pro, and you can see, guys, very big difference here between the two, size and both features, all right? So your old one, you have your little side button here to turn the light off and on. Then you have your clip, and then you have the magnet in the back here, and then obviously you have your C-type charging port with the little rubberized flap in the back here that's kind of a pain in the butt to get there. I have no nails. Okay, so there we go. And that's what it looks like there. And then, of course, you know, it has its different outputs, and you have to press the button a bunch of different times to get the different outputs to come on. That's cool. Still works great. Wonderful light, nice and small, perfect little EDC for your vest or your keychain, whatever you want to use this for. Now, the new bad boy in town is the ARKFELD Pro, and the ARKFELD Pro has some amazing features. Sorry, I keep calling this ARKFELD Pro because you know why? It has an ARKFELD dial on the side here, and that's okay because it's not really a slip up because that's exactly what this is. But this is the OCLIP Pro with an ARKFELD style dial on the side. So that's what this one looks like. And guys, I want to say this compared to that, it's just, you know, totally different ball game overall. So you have your side button here that has an indicator light to tell you if it's off or on and what your battery is going to be. It has the C-type charging port on the side here with a nice little flipper, and that is a sealed unit, I believe. You have your pocket clip, of course, or your clip in general with the nice strong magnet on the back here. And then you have three different outputs here. You have the red output, you have yourself a spot mode right there in the middle, and then you have yourself the flood there as well. So that's what that's going to be looking like. All right, first things first, guys, let's go into some of the button pushes here. So you have your good old lockout modes. You hold the light button here, it turns on for a second, and now it's locked out. And then the same deal, you hold it again, it turns on briefly, and then you're able to go ahead and turn that back on. You also have these strobes and beacons. Okay, so basically in the red mode, if you want it to go into the beacon mode, all you have to do is hold the side button down, turn it on, right? So now you're in the red mode, you hold it down again, it's gonna go into a brighter beacon mode, it's gonna start flashing. If you wanna just go straight to the turbo, you just double click the side button there for the red, and anytime you hold it down and you hold it down again, it's going to jump right over to that beacon mode. So there's no direct to, there's no cycling, I should say. There's no cycling. So if you hold that down at all, it's going to go from the low straight up to the beacon. So that's how that mode works. You can double click, like I said, at any time, throw that into turbo. You can hold it down and it will go right into that low mode as well. Now moving along to the spot mode. Spot mode's pretty self-explanatory. Hold that down, you're gonna go into that low mode. Then you get your medium, high, turbo, and then double click for the turbo, sorry. And so that's how that works. You'll be able to cycle through there. If you want to go into strobe, triple click while the light's off, 1, 2, 3. That's going to be your strobe. And then of course, if you want to go into the low mode, like I said, you hold down the button, cycle through. If you want to go into beacon while the light is on, 1, 2, 3. Oops. Yeah, there we go. I thought I did it wrong for a second. Yeah, and that's how that's going to work. It's going to be a beacon. And you can, while the beacon's on, you can actually flip it over to the other modes for like the flood. And then of course, if you wanted to go into that flood mode, same deal. You got your moonlight mode, then your low, medium, high, and then double click for that turbo. That's how that's going to work. If you want your strobe, 1, 2, 3, that's going to be the strobe. If you want your beacon while the light's on, 1, 2, 3, there's your beacon. Very easy to use, guys. Very simple to remember because all the button pushes are pretty simple. You don't have to figure out how to select from red to white like you do with this one with memorizing a bunch of button pushes. This literally brings you want red, you got your red. You want your spot mode, you got your spot mode. You want your flood mode, you got your flood mode. You want your strobe, you turn the light off, you go like that, you turn it back on. Strobe only works when you have the light off and you triple click. And then beacon only works when you have the light on and you triple click. So that's basically how you're gonna have to remember that. And of course, let's kind of do a little bit side-by-side stuff here. So comparing these two bad boys, the original has 300 lumens, the new Pro version has 500 lumens. The old version or the original version has a max runtime of 30 hours in the moonlight mode, and then the new version has a max runtime of 6 days in the moonlight mode. So that's something to keep in mind. 6 days versus 30 hours. Big, huge difference here. You have 1300 candela for the original, or 3600 candela for the Pro. You have a max beam distance of 230 feet for the original, and then you have 390 feet for the Pro, and then you have IPX5 for the original, IPX6 for the Pro. And as far as the battery size goes, you got 280 milliamps for this old bad boy here, 580 milliamps for the new Pro version. I mean, guys, if you're comparing these two, obviously the choice is very, very obvious for anybody that wants the extra power, extra beefed up outputs and everything. We're gonna take these guys outside and actually see what they look like side by side in the dark. So let's take them out, let's go.
The OCLIP Pro has a max beam distance of 120 meters or 390 feet in the 380 lumen spot mode. It also has a max candela of 3600 CD and utilizes a cool white LED coming in between 5700K and 7000K for the spot mode and 5700K and 6500K for the flood mode with a CRI of 70, and it also utilizes one red LED.
All right, guys, we're outside with the OCLIP Pro. I'm going to throw this into the 4 lumen red mode, and this is what 4 lumens of red looks like. We're 20 feet away from the railing there in front of us, and that's what that looks like. I'm going to step it up to the 40 lumen red mode, and that's what 40 lumens looks like. Not bad. Now I'm going to bring it over to the spot mode, and this is going to be the 1 lumen spot mode. And we are 20 feet away from the railing there in front of us. I'm going to step it up to the 9 lumen spot mode. This is what 9 lumens looks like. Not bad. You can actually start to see out there pretty good. That's the 9 lumens. And now I'm going to step it up to the 85 lumens. 85 lumen spot mode. Look at that. That's crazy. That's super bright. 85 lumen spot mode. Now we're going to jump it up to the 240 lumen spot mode. 240 lumens. That's insane. That's insane how bright that is. Like, you can start to see out into the tree line that's like 100 feet away. That's unreal. And then you double tap. That's going to bring you right over to that 380 lumen spot mode. Insanity. That's really good. I like that. That's badass. Now we're going to bring it over to the flood mode. This is the 1 lumen flood mode. You can barely see it right here. Barely see that. So I'm going to step it up 20 feet away from the railing there in front of us. This is the 10 lumen flood mode. 10 lumens, you can actually see everything. Perfect on the porch here. Take a walk out. This is the 10 lumens, guys. You can see me. You can see around in the porch. Not bad. Not bad at all. 10 lumens. Okay. And that's actually got a pretty good runtime. That's 27 hours right there at 10 lumens. Now let's step it up again. That's 100 lumens. This is what the 100 lumens looks like. That's even better. Nice flood. That fills the whole porch up. 20 feet away from the railing there in front of us. Now I step it up again. 300 lumens flood. 300 lumens of flood right there. That is perfect. I'm going to double tap. Go right up to the 500 lumens. That's what 500 lumens looks like. That's perfect flood. That is just excellent. I love that. And look at the size of this thing. It's so small, but it's producing that much light. That's perfect. Even attracted some moths there. Oh, there we go. Then, of course, you have triple click for that strobe, for the flood, and for the spot. That's what it looks like for the strobe, for the spot, and the flood. And, of course, we have the beacon. And there's the beacon for the spot. I don't like the timing for the beacon. I feel like it should be a lot closer together for a beacon, because if you're like, you know, using this as a distress signal, yeah, somebody's going to see it, but they blink and they walk by, they're gonna miss it. That's the spot. Now I'll throw that in the flood. That's what the flood looks like for the beacon as well. So not too bad, not terrible, but I feel like they should have done something a little bit better with the timing there. And as always, guys, we're going to do that 80-foot test to the tree line out there. This is in the flood mode. This is going to be the 500 lumen flood mode. That's what it looks like. It goes out pretty far, but like I said, it doesn't make it out as far as, you know, you would think it would. So that's where that's going to go. And now I'm going to throw this into the spot mode. And this is the turbo spot. As you guys can see, we're actually reaching out to that tree line there. That turbo spot is 380 lumens, so not too bad. That bush there is about 50 feet away. That marker is about another 50 feet away. And it's about 30 feet, 40 feet back. So like all the way from where I'm standing right now, roughly about 100 feet to that tree line where I'm spotting up there. So this is what it looks like close up. And then you go back. That's the spot. And then we'll throw it into the flood. Oops, throw it into the flood. There we go. And that's the turbo for the flood from the ground all the way back. And that's what that looks like. All right, now we're going to do the side-by-side comparison. I'm going to have the Pro on the right and the original on the left. And I'm going to start this in the lowest mode for the spot on the Pro, and then, of course, standard output for the one on the left. So these are the lowest lumen outputs. Now we're going to step it up. This is the next output for the 2. And now we're going to step it up again. This is the next output. Not bad. And then, of course, this is the next one. Double click for that turbo. And that's what they look like at the highest output on each, from about 10 feet away from the railings there. You can go back. You can see one goes all the way out. The other one does not. Now I'm going to throw this in the flood again. Lowest lumen output first. This is what it is on the right. You can barely see it, but this one on the left is able to reach the railings. Now I'm going to step it up on the right. And there you go. That's the second output. And then third output. It's the third output. And then the fourth output. And then double click for that fifth output. And then there you go. So that's the highest output for both again in comparison. Now let's throw this into the red mode. We're going to do the red mode on the right first. Sorry, on the left first. We're going to do the red mode. And then on the right, as you can see, the one on the right's a lot brighter, obviously. Now we're going to step into that turbo. And that's what the turbo looks like on the right. See, I'm going to go ahead and pan in with that. But on the other side, when I pan out, there you go. See how it's still red. This is just the original, right? And then this is just the Pro. Like I said, I'm going to put this back down. Oops. I'm going to put this back down into the regular mode. This is the low for the red. And then this is the high for the red. So low and then high. And then, of course, just the 4 lumen output for the red on the original. All right, guys, now I'm going to throw this in the original. This is the original OCLIP right here. And I want to throw this in the 1.5 lumen mode. We're about 20 feet away from the railing there in front of us. You can barely see that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step it up. That's the 1.5 to now 10 lumens. 10 lumens you can start to really see out there. That's pretty good. 10 lumens is decent on that. And then 100 lumens is more than enough to see what you're doing. That's really good. And then go up to 300 lumens. That's 300 lumens. And that's got a pretty good mix of throw and flood there. So this is still super qualified, just a lot less runtime and, you know, a little less throw, and obviously a smaller battery. And then, of course, double click, you got your, you've got your red mode, and that's going to be 4 lumens. And that's 20 feet away from the railing there in front of us. That's what it's going to look like.
Now for my pros and cons. First, the pros. The OCLIP Pro is a very nice upgrade for the power, runtimes, and outputs with all of the same features as the original OCLIP, but with the added benefit of the ARKFELD style mode selector. Now for my cons. My only complaint was that I did feel that the beacon cycle was a bit slow for my taste, but other than that, that was really my biggest complaint, besides that I would have probably liked to see a removable battery at some point. So if you're looking for a small pocket-sized EDC that fits perfectly on a tactical vest or in an EDC bag or on an EDC bag, then the OCLIP Pro would be an amazing accommodation for all of your needs. The OCLIP Pro retails for $39.99, but you can pick one up during the Black Friday sales event for just $31.99 with a lifetime free from defects warranty. Not to mention, just for signing in, you'll get some free products such as the O-Strip, which is an exclusive product for levels below Diamond, and for the levels Diamond and above, you'll receive an O-Pen Mini friendship pen for absolutely free. And then you can turn it around and flip it on eBay for $6,000, because, you know, that's probably what you're going to end up trying to do with it. There will also be a BATON 4 kit in titanium for just $97.49, which is also one of OLIGHT's classic EDC lights with a portable charging kit that can charge both the BATON 4, and it also doubles as a battery bank for your other EDC items such as your phone. Also, the ARKFELD Pro in Snowflake Green will be on sale for just $74.99. The ARKFELD Pro is a must-have EDC light for anyone that takes their EDC seriously. I'll leave a link down in the description so that you guys can check out the full in-depth reviews for both the ARKFELD Pro and the BATON 4 kit. And I'll also leave a link so that you guys can check out the Black Friday sales event. And if you're watching this video but the sale has already ended, then you can still save 10% off your next purchase by using my promotional code PG10. I hope this video has been helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Prepared Guy, and until next time, guys, stay prepared.
Hey there, thank you for watching. You can pat this cat.